And then for us, just to kick off, let's just go around the room, introduce yourself to Andrea, and just a little bit of background of who you are, what you do, and then Andrea can introduce herself, and then we'll get straight into it. George, we'll let you start. You top left on my screen.
Okay, nice to meet you, Andrea. I'm George. I live in Stonehaven, just south of Aberdeen, in the northeast of Scotland. I'm from Fort William originally, but I've been in Aberdeenshire now since 1971, quite a few years. I've got a son who just lives up the road from me, and I've got a daughter about 10 minutes away, just moved to a brand new house in a new town between Stonehaven and Aberdeen. So we're a close family. We do a lot together, and I've got two grandsons as well. Work-wise, I'm an award-winning author. I've written two books. My latest book is the book on lifelong learning. That's based on my business experience. On the 1st of February this year, that was 51 years since I started my first business. I've been doing digital marketing for the last 25, 26, coming up for just over 25 years now. So that's a little bit about me.
Amazing.
It sounds like somebody's got running water in the background.
It could be me. I have a fan on.
Ah, okay, no problem. All right, cool.
There we go.
Sounded like a running. All right, Odette.
Hi, great to see you, Andrea.
Hi, nice to see you again too. I seem to be having
Put you in
sound issues.
Let me mute your other one. Don't know why you're in twice.
That's two
The Zoom.
Okay, I'm gonna put
One of me is enough.
I'm gonna put the other one in the waiting room. There we go. Okay. Cool.
Don't worry about the sound. It's white noise.
Yeah, for some reason the Zoom works fine the other day, but today I'm now entered in here twice. So now I don't know what's going on.
Don't worry. We only see one of you now, so it's fine. Yeah,
perfect.
You can relax.
So nice to see you again, Odette.
Yeah, good. I'm still on the Isle of Man, and we hear. And yeah, I focus a lot on women, ideally over 40, going through the various stages of life, and my whole outlook is about aging strong and helping them do that.
I love this.
Jim.
Fantastic.
Hi, Andrea. Okay, I'm here in Edenvale, a bit closer to home in terms of the hosting of this group, I think. With our two early birds in the other side of the world there. Anyway, I'm an architect or architectural technician, and I do projects, doing alterations and new buildings and commercial or residential, whatever seems to crop up. I'm also managing properties, so I've got a couple of rental units that I handle. So generally it's a building and property environment I'm working with. And I'm really picking up the dregs from a life where I used to work as an employee in a in a drawing office and architectural practice, and I'm now doing it myself.
Fantastic. Well done for making that switch. So yeah, nice to meet you too. Okay, so it's me now. Yeah. So I just wanted to first say, George, sorry, I was having technical difficulties, but it's nice to meet you too, George, and hear about your life. So I actually lived in Scotland for 3 or 4 years. I was first in Edinburgh, so from after school. I'm in South Africa, sorry, in the Western Cape, Gansbaai, close to Hermanus. And yeah, I lived in the UK for, I think, 5 years in total, just after school. So I love Scotland. My heart is still there. My dad and my stepmom live in Arbroath, and I lived in just Edinburgh. And that's top section. And then I lived, so it was Edinburgh at 18. Then I went to London at 19. Then I went to Livingston, and then and then back home in 2019. But So to introduce what I do, I am a self-rescue mentor. So I help people bridge the gap between their reality and their potential. I like to show them how to turn their resistance into their responsibility. So it's about, there's no one coming to save you. You have to do it yourself. No one's going to stop you from overeating. You've got to do it yourself. And how to turn your mindset around. So it's only a problem because we think it's a problem. And I don't mind who to help, if it's men, women, any ages. This is part of my journey. It's part of my story, and I'm picking up what I've gone through so I can help other people go through what I've been through. So yes, that's what I do.
All right, cool. Thanks, Andrea. Okay, so to get us all back into sync, last week we discussed around, let me just find my notes, around the clarity lens. And I gave you guys that awesome document. And it was really about, what do you choose to be? What are you choosing for? And this week we're going to go into, okay, before we go into this week, let's start with George as well. George, what changed in this last week for you because of that?
Well, a few things happened to me later that day after this meeting. I had a meeting with, it was an introduction I got from the Go-Giver, Bob Burke's partner, who's a business consultant, but he does hypnotherapy, and he wrote the book similar to mine, called Thrive After 60. But he goes into a lot more detail about practical things that you can do, and he talks a lot about the mindset as well, like I did. He goes into a bit more detail and chakras and all that sort of thing. Really a nice guy. And he's offered me, so I was telling him about the AI visibility check that I'd set up, and he was really interested because a guy that he's on his email list for newsletters, who's an expert on SEO and stuff, that I'd sent him an email about that, and he forwarded it on to me. And this guy confirmed that about 85% of the people now are using AI to search as opposed to just using Google. So there's lots of information. But this guy, you need about 10 grand to sort of speak to him. But I picked up some useful information from that. And then I was telling him that this is what I was planning to do, focus on this in terms of my digital marketing. And then he's working with a big company, turning over millions a year, doing industrial coatings, sort of paint, specialised paint. And they've got a big team of reps, and part of his work was finding leads for them, which involves searching in Google and doing different things. So he asked me if I'd be interested in helping him to do that. And we had a few sessions. So as a result, I've managed to get them 20 odd leads this week, and I still don't understand the system yet, but he was very impressed with what I had done for him, the way I'd laid it out for him without getting my full training. So that's worked really well. But he's also going to help me to get, he says, yeah, I might be able to take over this with the whole company. He says, once you get underway, he can put me in touch and I can deal with the company direct. And then I was seeing possibilities for the AI visibility checks for some of these companies that I was looking at. So it's a great way. Not only am I getting leads for him, I could get leads for some of my services as well. So that's going to be my big focus on the internet marketing side.
Thanks, George. Well done.
And I was also invited onto another podcast this week.
Well done. You see. Cool. Adette, your side?
Fairly slow. As a health coach, not that healthy. Got a bug, which I never get, and I don't know how to deal with. So anyway, needless to say, I've tried all sorts of things, and darling mom bringing stuff from South Africa helps too. So it's been relatively slow, but it's been a learning curve because once again, my mind goes into overdrive. Why did it happen? How can I fix it? How can I make sure that this never happens again?
Beautiful. Well done. Jim?
Yeah, I think the question last week that stuck in my head all week was what am I building and who for? What's it all about? And so it's and looking at things in a much longer term window. I've been just working on getting by day to day, month to month sort of thing. And I think I'm now expanding that to be as much as we've been talking, long term, a longer term plan. Um, it's evolving. I don't have a solution. I can't say today that there's a vision of what I'm going to look like in a year's time, but it's definitely evolving. And I think with momentum, that gives the opportunity to say, okay, now something can be visioned because there's something happening now.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, for the week, it's been a busy week again, and taking on additional jobs and projects and looking for people to get involved with me. So it's a growing organism now. It's now something to eventually be able to put a vision to a year's time might come to me today. It might come to me next week. I don't know, but it's definitely something that I'm speaking about, talking about, and working towards.
Brilliant. Well done, Jim. Andrea, quick recap of your week.
Goodness. So I think it's actually kind of interesting how it falls into your question. What are you building? What is it for? So last year was my first year I quit my 9 to 5 job last year. Sorry, 2020. For December, I quit my 9 to 5 and I'm like, I'm going to give everything to Authentic Andrea, which is now a registered business since July last year. And I was working to burnout. Every 2 months, I'd need to take a 6 week break. And then 2 months burnout or working hard, then a 6 week break. I fried my nervous system at 30, 31. But I had built digital products. So that is something that, yeah, can last, but my brand has changed. So I'm now needing to upgrade these two digital products, a freebie course and a full paid course, word by word, going through it. Is it my new brand message? So this is something that it's what I'm building, and it's something that I can leave and it can make passive income. But it's literally taken my whole week and all my mental focus to fighting with AI, because I sort of help it it's my words, but I just get the clean of the flow of everything so it makes sense. It's a 29-page document, so it's a lot, but I make sure it's still my essence and it's my words that I put in. But yeah, I've been doing that. And while I've been doing that, I have gotten reviews for my freebie course, which is going to be hopefully up on by the end of this week. I should have 3 reviews and testimonials. So that to me is a win, because I've been sitting with them for 8 months or so. So yeah, now I'm finally getting feedback from it and getting people to, well, yeah, people are doing it and I'm getting feedback from it. So that is a win for me.
Brilliant. So
Thank you.
the next step in the challenge here for you guys is I want you to think and identify 3 areas to focus on. And ideas, some of the words, some of the areas could be lead generation, offer refinement, your sales conversion, your cash flow stabilization, content rhythm, delegations or system building, or personal capacity reset. Okay, Andrea, maybe that's yours. Okay. And it doesn't matter, it can be anything, but just choose 3 areas. And what I want you to do is, and I'm not going to ask you for the 3 areas right now, but we're going to go back to them, Nana, and see if you can at least come up with one. Okay. But here's the important part. You need to ask yourself, does this directly impact my revenue in the next 3 minutes? Can I control it? Is it in my control? And can I measure it? And here's the kicker. Think of it strategically and not emotionally. Why do you think I say think of it strategically and not emotionally?
Well, you're trying to take the personal feelings out of it, and you're trying to make it a objective, not a subjective approach. So it's taking yourself out of it, looking at it from a bird's eye view.
That's the point, because we'll say, yeah, I'm gonna close the next 3 deals. Okay, I'm gonna close a new deal, or whatever it is, sign a new client, whatever you want to call it. And then you get that feeling that comes up, and you go like, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, it's easy. I'll just say so. Okay, that's the emotional that I want you to take out of it, and go back to, okay, if I'm going to bring on a new client or sign a new client, how am I going to do it? What will my measurements be? What will be the steps I'm going to take? Okay, so that you can measure it. Because when we allow the emotion in, what happens? Yeah, no, okay, next week, yeah, it's fine. And we don't measure it. And you don't even hold yourself accountable for it. It's easy to lie to ourselves. Okay. And I know Jim and George, we worked a lot on that last year, how to remove that lying to ourselves. But it is very simple. And all you got to do is break it down to a very simple area. Okay. 1, call it focus area. Okay. Write down focus area and whatever that first one is. Okay. If you had to go and say, my 90-day outcome from this focus area, what would it be? And Jim, this is your challenge. I know it's hard for you to go that far forward. Okay. But say, I want to have an outcome in the next 90 days of X. So let's say I want to sign 3 more clients in the next 90 days. Okay. So ask yourself then, what is my weekly target? How many meetings do I need to have? How many calls do I need to make? How many conversations do I need to do? Then, what are the core actions that you need to be doing? And just list them. Ding, 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 ding. Ask for referrals. Make phone calls. Plan your script of what you want to say. Pick up the courage to make the cold call. Reach out to old connections, whatever they may be. Okay, that you can literally go every week. Have I done it? Have I done it? Have I done it? But keep it simple. Okay. If you go and write a whole long a letter about it, you're never going to action. Okay. Keep it simple. Must be clear. So, who wants to put themselves on the spot and mention one that they're going to, the first one that came to your mind? I know one thing popped into everybody's mind. Okay. When I was mentioning, what is that one thing?
I can go first.
Right.
So it's confidence. For me, it's simply just confidence, because I feel that will leak into every other action that I have. If I can first have the confidence and grounding within myself, then whether it's working on rewriting my products, whether it's making my scripts for my content.
Okay,
I
now
feel
you
that it will influence,
complicate it. Okay, you're making it too complicated again. Okay,
because I
how
feel
will
that
you
holds me
measure that?
back.
How will you measure confidence?
For me, I was smiling this whole time because it's the resistance. Anytime I have resistance to, I don't want to, I go, okay, but you can do it. You can sit for 20 minutes doing this. You can make a video. So for me, that is wherever I feel I have resistance to, I can do it. So, okay, so then if I feel resistant to making a video, just do a mock-up today, like do a practice run, or that's how I feel about it.
So confidence, perfect. Okay, what will the outcome be in 90 days?
So this might be a little bit left field, but for me, it's if I can lean into the things that I'm resisting. I was speaking. This is, if I may, just give a little side thing. It helps the question. But I had coffee with a friend the other day. I was talking to my friend about where I feel that if people lean into their resistance, they will unlock their superpower. And there was a lady who's a sociologist sat behind me, and before we left, she said, "Can I please tell you that your theory about people leaning into their resistance to unlock their superpower, their whatever, like it's backed by science. This is just a hunch that I have. This is just my intuition." But she's like, "Did you know that this is backed by science? Scientists have proven, studying MRIs and neural pathways, that when people lean into their resistance, it actually unlocks whatever the other side of, their comfort zone." So I was like, oh my goodness. To me, that was just my intuition. But now this is someone who's backed it by science. She's a real science person. But yeah, so for me, it's leaning into resistance. When I know I feel resistant to something, I have the confidence. Well, I have the capability, but for me, I need to lean into, I can do it. So I don't have as big a business deal problems that you folks have quite yet. But for me, at my little baby stage, this is the confidence.
So, Andrea, this is the interesting part. Resistance is your challenge. And you resisted to answer the question.
Okay.
The simple question was, what is the outcome that you would like in 90 days?
Correct. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. This is something I'm still getting used to. So this is the confidence issue. The outcome that I would like to have in 90 days is to not resist the simple tasks I know I'm capable of doing, because that'll take my excuses, my feelings out of it. Like I think Jim said, it's taking me out of my own way, because I can do it. I've made content for the last year. I can do X, Y, Z. But it's my own feelings that get in my way.
Okay, so to break that down into a measurable.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay.
So measurable would be sticking to my 5 content plan a week. It would be.
Okay, change the language. Not sticking to my 5 content per week. Executing my 5 content per week. Okay, put yourself into the future and what it is you're doing.
Yes. Okay. I like that. Thank you.
That's what helps us get there. Okay, because otherwise it's still coming, and it doesn't matter. It's 180 days. It's still going to come. Okay, so put yourself there. And that's where the difference is. And then go back to it and say, right, what is my weekly target going to be? And again, executing 1 a week or executing the 2 a week. Okay, in the present tense.
I like that. So yes, I agree with you. So thank you.
That becomes the measurement. Okay, because the following week, did I execute it? Not, am I still going to execute it?
Yes.
Okay, because then it becomes a yes or no.
Makes
Okay.
it very simple then. But yeah,
All right.
thank you.
It's just twisting and making a commitment to yourself that yes, I'm going to be there.
And make it simple.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Who else would like to share one?
Okay, I can answer because I think I'm falling into your direction quite, or your question quite appropriately. So, one thing that I have perhaps always had a problem with is capacity to deal with what I'm doing. And so that is my one thing that I'm looking at the moment is to try to build my capacity, try to do more than I'm doing at the moment. And I need more people to come on board to do the work I do. And I think, uh, like I said last week, the image behind me is already showing the the fruits of doing that sort of thing. So I've got somebody now who can help me present my ideas in a way that clients will like to see what I'm thinking. So I'm going down that path now. And so for me, I'm looking for more people. So it's a capacity thing. So I'm going back to my roots or my past colleagues and people I've worked with over the years to see if they're still in business, if they're interested, because the world has changed. We don't sit in common space anymore and work around drawing boards and um, physical models. We used to have a model department where guys actually built the models for the projects, and we'd be up and down the staircase explaining what we're trying to come up with. Now it's all just digital and electronic, like we all know. So my initial response to your question is that I'm looking to build capacity and find more people to work with me. And so it's not a thing that I can just pick up the phone and just say, pull in. I need to really get the buy-in and see what people are doing because I want to use their best skills um, that I know I will need and then share the workload. And I think that has a direct impact on my income or my revenue. Because if I've got other people doing the work that I would normally be sitting behind the screen doing, I can then be talking with clients and colleagues about bigger jobs or taking the job further, quicker. I think right now I've got a couple of projects and things are not happening just simply because I don't have my time to go and deal with them all. So if I can offload some of that work that needs to be done now, and then I can focus on getting more interface with potential clients. And I'm not looking for more, I'm not focusing on the getting more work part of things. It's more focusing on getting more capacity right now. Then I know I can go and get more work.
So if you had to say, what would your outcome be in 90 days time, 3 months time? What would it be?
Well, a modest would be have another person. So I've got one person already doing my presentations. I now need somebody who can do more working drawing, more technical type work. So the least I'd like to have is another person on board. Perhaps the best is maybe 3 or 4 people that I can offload work onto. Um,
Okay, so you get
then
two answers there.
I just want to know that I've got 3 or 4 people that I can say, can you, do a model for me and presentation, or can you trace this drawing? I get a drawing, like I was having a discussion yesterday, and I get this drawing in my hand, and it now needs to be put into a CAD system so that I can then go and survey the site and measure it properly. And somebody needs to take that. So I would take it to the scanning bureau, scan it, send it to the guy and say, turn it into a CAD file. And that would save me easily a day's work. And
Okay.
I can do something else. It starts small like that, but and I need to find the right guy who knows how I want that drawing converted so that I can work with it.
So if you had to go and say in 90 days, I'll have 2 to 3 additional
participants. I'm not. They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team participants. Okay. Then
That's
what's your weekly
that's
target be?
well. It's a drawn out exercise. How do you mean a weekly target? I'm not selling,
How are you going to?
widgets.
No, no, you're not selling widgets. You're looking for people.
I'm looking
Okay.
for people,
So your weekly
but you
target
say, but
be
well, I just want to know that they're there when I need them. That's all I'm
wouldn't it
trying
be
to achieve.
identify
I
and meet with?
say again, say.
Identify and meet with.
Yeah, I'm not rushing into that side of things just yet.
Okay. Or
Are you
identify
talking identify, meet with potential
people that could
workers
work
that
with
will
you.
work
Yes.
with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if I've got 3 or 4 people working, I'm not looking for more people yet. Once I've got that level of
Okay.
people, then I'm working, then I can have enough hands on deck that I can deal with the workload that I foresee needs to be done in the next 12 months.
Okay. So
Then,
have you identified the people you want to work with yet?
well, 2 so far.
Okay.
I've got three or four on my mind that I want to talk to, but each one I need to approach. I'm not going to call them all at the same time and say,
No, no. Okay.
because I can't promise them what they will want to do. I mean, I'm looking for interior designers. I'm looking for model making presentations. I'm looking for technical technologists, and perhaps an architect as well that is working, maybe a newly graduated architect who's inspired by the world around him that will help me come up with ideas. So
How will
I got
you
to,
know you're on track then every week? How will you be able to say, okay, I can tick my box off, I have done X for the week, leading to having these 3 to 4 people in your team?
well, it starts off with a tentative engagement. I find out if he's still got the same email address and phone numbers and contacts. And I mean, I'll be going to see the one guy today, later on today, to uh, see how if he's interested. You see, he may not be interested in doing what I'm doing, and then I'll need to find someone else.
Yeah.
But he might have somebody that he knows or has worked with, and he will recommend that person. So it's not something I want to say. I want to speak to 3 people in a week and get it done. It's something that's just I want it to just be
Okay. So
realistic and
that's
honest with everybody.
weekly target. I spent an hour this week working on it.
Okay. Well, it's more than that at the moment. It's
No, but
probably
it can be something like
yeah,
that. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to help you
yeah,
find
yeah.
some way that you can measure. I've done what I needed to do this week. Okay, so it doesn't have to be, remember, I said keep it simple. It doesn't have to be complicated by, okay, I met with this person. Just, you've spent the time on it. Okay, that you can honestly say to yourself, yes, I've done that. Or no, I didn't. Shit, I'm in trouble. I better work harder on it next week.
I get the picture. Thank you.
Okay, that should help you. And then
Yeah.
your core actions could be reaching out or having a conversation or emailing or confirming email. Those are just little action points that you can double check on. But how do you know you're on track with this every week? Something that you know you're doing every week. Because yes, you might find 2 people in the same week and go, okay, well, I've done my 90-day plan. I can sit back and do nothing. Okay. You get on going. No, what are you working on? Because that may then advance further. Okay. Understanding what they can do, seeing the examples of work, giving them a test thing to do, whatever. you're building them. Okay. You may go, okay, this guy's really good at this, or this girl's really good at this, but they need some extra help here. Let me spend some time training them, whatever it is. Okay. Is the point is you're working on that. That's your focus area, is building that team of participants in your team. All right. Cool. I love it.
Right.
Odette.
Well, nothing came up at this point. Nothing came up, but a million things came up. And as you were talking, one of the interesting things is what I'm doing at the moment. Okay, one of the many things, but one of the things I'm doing at the moment is, with me working, is to reach out to the community, get to know more people. And interestingly enough, a very interesting thing happened a few days ago. I went to, I paid for some stuff that I bought, but my card was in my other jacket pocket and not in my current jacket. So it was upstairs and not with me. And the lady paid for it. And, obviously I refunded her when I finally got to my phone. And the sweetest thing is she says, you didn't really have to do it. I'm like, no, I did. I'm like, that's so weird. But from that, she actually found me on Facebook, connected with me. And I thought, okay, well, that's the way that I'm going to be able to connect with people, because maybe they are all Facebook kind of people. I don't know. And that is my end goal, is to actually connect with more people, and in 90 days, get at least 3 or 4 customers or clients from the local area. So that opened up some area that I actually hadn't even thought of.
Your focus area is local connections. Okay. The 90-day outcome, 3 to 4 new clients from local. Weekly target is how many new people do you want to connect with per week?
Yeah.
As simple as that. Core actions, what would they be? Get out. Go visit, go meet people, chat to people. Beautiful. Okay. Love it. Love the way you all come to it in different ways. George.
Well, my main focus now, as I said, is on this new AI visibility check, because more and more people are curious about that, and I found a way of getting to them. And so, because I'm creating a free report that gives them a snapshot of how being recognised by, or how they're being seen by AI, and whether they can recommend them or not, that is a simple statement. And by offering a free report, so my goal is to send out 10 reports a week. I'll do that this week. By the end of the day, I'll have had 10 free reports sent out. But it also gives them an opportunity to dive deeper and get a much more detailed report for £97. And then from that, I've got it all systemized now. Then from that, when the free report, can either do some things themselves, because some of them, it just involves some tweaks on some of the content on their website, which they could do, or their web people could do it. But if there's something more detailed, there's opportunities for me to get it done for anything between £295 and £995. But I don't know that yet. I haven't got that far of the testing. I'm sending out free reports. So the first step is to build up send out 10 free reports, and hopefully get 3 people that'll upgrade to the £97.
Don't say hopefully.
Well, I can't guarantee it.
But if you say hopefully, it's never going to happen.
Okay.
Rather say 5 and you only get to 3, or say 4 and you get to 2. Rather miss the target than not start the target.
Well, that's the target would be 3, which it may result in only getting 2 or 1.
Correct. So not hopefully. Okay.
3.
Hopefully doesn't exist. The word hope doesn't exist my vocabulary, okay? It makes the hair. Because what happens when we, and I think I've said this to you before, what happens when we say, I hope to get there? Okay?
Yeah.
You're
You're right.
giving yourself an out. You're giving yourself an excuse already that it'll be okay if I don't make it. It'll be okay if I don't do it.
Yeah.
I said I'd hope. Okay? But when you say, I'm going to do 5, now you're putting a commitment to it and you've committed. So no matter how hard you work,
Let me question you on that. Let me
yeah,
challenge you on that
yeah,
then. So, I said I would send out 10. I know I can do that,
yeah,
but I don't know how many people are going to respond. I don't have control over how many people will respond. So I may have to say, well, 10, I'll maybe have to send out 12 or 15. So then I reset my target. Right, I'll have to send out 15.
okay. So then you change it. Remember what I said, okay? Does this directly impact my revenue or delivery? Is this within my control? And can I measure the progress weekly? And am I choosing this out of strategy or emotion? And what happened there was you chose it out, and your excuse was it won't be in my control. So your emotions are coming into it. Okay. So if you go and say, right, I'm going to set 10, okay, I want to do 10 free reports. Then from the 10, I want to get 3 that will want the more in-depth report at £97.
Mm.
Your weekly is follow up with those who have taken the free on whether they're interested in the paid version, the full report.
Yeah.
If you get and you send out, you give away 20 free, it doesn't matter, okay? But you've sent out, the main core is give away the free report.
Yep.
The detail on the 90-day, what is the outcome that you want? You want 5 paid reports done. Okay. What do you need to do each week? Well, 1, how many free people can I give the free report to agree to it? And 2, how many can I convert from free report to a paid report?
Mm-hmm.
And that takes all the emotion out. Now you've got measurements. Okay. 10, 5, 2 a week. You go, I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Now all the emotions out of it. Simple numbers that we've got to measure.
Yeah.
Okay. Know your numbers. It's a conversion rate.
Yeah, but that will come in time. That's
But I
what
want
I'm
you to
trying to
put it
say.
down. I want you
But I
to
know if I focus
make,
on it, I'm more likely to get it.
yes, 100%. Okay. But when we go, hopefully I'll do this, and then hopefully I'll do that. Well, we'll be in 6 months, we'll still be trying to get it done.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see where I've gone here? Okay. You guys need to make that commitment, that accountability to yourself. Otherwise, what happens is, yeah, tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And then 3 weeks later, you get to, yeah, I was going to do it tomorrow every day for the last 3 weeks. Screw it. I'm not going to do it. Okay. And we just leave it. Okay. I know. I've been caught myself doing that as well. I look at something on my list and I go, yeah, okay, tick it off. Okay. Because that's real. We're human beings. Okay. Why was it on the list in the first place? Was it really important enough to be on your list of things to get done? Is it really aligned with the focus area that you really, truly need to be looking at? Because often it's not. It's just the nice to have. Okay. Well, then it should be on your nice to have list, not on what you need to be doing. Remember, and I think I've said this a million times, there's a difference between I want to and I need to. What's the difference? Well, I want to is the wishful thinking. It's the dreaming. Okay. I need to. There's no excuse. It has to happen. So decide the things that you're going to put on your focus area. Is it something you want to achieve, or it's something you need to achieve? That changes the perspective. Okay. Yes, I want to make R1 million this year versus I need to make R1 million this year. Okay. The one's a dream. The other one's a shit, you better do it. Okay. And that's the difference. And all too often we want to do stuff. And when we want to do it, yeah, it's okay if I don't make it. When we need to do it, there's consequences if we don't make it, isn't it? And even if the consequences is the 5 of you, and next week there'll be another member, by the way, calling each other out in 3 months' time. Okay. Andrew says to Jim, so how many people do you have in your team? Okay. Adet says to Andrea, so are you putting out those 5 content every week? Okay. I don't expect you guys to remember each other's stuff, but it will come along. Okay. And it'll suddenly pop in. Because, Jim, if Andrea asked you that in 3 months' time, how would you feel if you hadn't done it?
If I haven't done it, I will know that I tried my level best to do it. So
Okay.
that's the one side is I am doing it. So I'll have an answer whether I have people or not.
Okay.
If I do have them, then I will be very chuffed with myself.
And if you don't have them,
I will know that I have done what I could to get people, and I need to keep my head down and keep trying to find people.
okay.
But it's definitely, the question of want and need. I need more hands on deck. So it's a necessity that I have to get more people.
Okay. Andrea, can you answer him from what our conversation on Wednesday? What would be those 3 words that I said if you don't achieve something?
I'm being put on the spot, so I don't recall right now.
We learn, we plan, and we act. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Repeat.
if we're not achieving that, what have we learned from it? What are we planning to change? And when are we taking the action again? Okay. Because if you keep hitting the wall with your head in the same spot, guess what's going to happen? Your head's going to crack, not the wall. Okay. So why do we keep hitting our head against the wall? So rather hit the wall with a mallet or a 10-pound hammer. So what have you learned? If you hit your head against the wall, NR, what's the new plan? Let's get a 10-pound hammer. The action is hit the wall with the 10-pound hammer, not your head. Okay, stupid, but it's as simple as I can try and explain it. Okay, so you learned from it, change the plan, and take the new action. It's the same in business. It's the same with everything we do. If you keep doing something that's not working, understand why it's not working. Do something about it, and then put it into action. Okay. That's what it's about. All right, cool. So go and work on 3 areas. Don't, if you really want to add 4 or 5, I wouldn't suggest it. Just focus on 3 for now. Okay, and next week, we'll quickly share what are the 3 areas and move on. Okay, because next week we're going to focus on putting a little bit of a dashboard together for you. Okay. Takeaways for today. who'd like to start with takeaways?
Yeah, I think it's it's a focus. Like you talked about one thing, I have just been focused on one thing. I put a lot of the things to the side, and things happen.
Yeah.
There's synchronicity or whatever. There's things that are coming to me because I've been on that. I seem to be attracting people. Like people are asking me to, would you like to do a podcast? Would you like to come and talk? And that's great because I'm a great believer. If attraction marketing is much better than going out pushing and cold calling. Having done that many years ago, so that's exciting thing about the focus. And being accountable, that's something I've never been brilliant at really
Always.
analysing and keeping the data, and I realise that's important. See, you're never too old to learn.
Thanks, George.
Thank you.
Adette, take away.
Gosh, yeah, it's measuring it.
Measure it. Yeah. Jim?
I was just listening when Andrew was talking about confidence, and I think the confidence thing is when you're starting to form your picture and starting to see what you're trying to do, and these are the questions you've been bringing up, and confidence does an immense amount for your ability to go and deal with people and deal with colleagues and deal with clients. So when you've got momentum, I think momentum is the big M that gives you the confidence to go ahead and lean into your resistance. That if you've got the baggage, you've got the momentum and the workload coming through, then you can lean into resistance quite easily. So I think it's a takeaway for me today, and then learn, plan, act. Okay, I like that very much.
Andrea?
So there's a lot of things that I'm out my confidence this morning, so that's why I'm present in it. And look, the world is still fine, everything is still good. So it's being in the being confident in that resistance feeling. But I really liked what you've spoken about measuring things. And in all honesty, now me going through this digital product, which I haven't looked at since July, all the questions and everything that you've brought up is in my course. And I thought, you know what? So it's 2 questions per module. And I'm like, maybe I should actually go and do it. I should go and do my own course, because chapter, I don't want to sell it too much, but it's like, it's radical self-responsibility, finding what you like, what you don't like, so you know what to avoid, driving force, so why are you doing things, creating momentum, building a resilience roadmap, and then learning your emotional triggers so that you know, oh, when I get stressed, I like to comfort eat. So how can I navigate that? And that's the 7 modules of my course. So you've covered everything. And I'm like, yeah, we could also, sometimes coaches need coaches, but yeah, it's nice to just hear it from someone else. And I go, you know what? I'm not that bad. What I think and what I know has value, because I'm learning it again. So anyways, yeah, it's just a big, beautiful picture that I'm seeing this morning.
Awesome. I shall see you guys next week. Teresa will be joining us from next week. So we'll have 6 more. Awesome. Have a
Can I ask
fantastic
what Andrea's second name is?
Tina. Your surname.
Yeah.
And
What
yes,
was it?
Thelna. Am I right, Andrea?
So me.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
surname.
your
T-H.
Sorry. The headphones. My last name is Thielen, so it's Thelen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my Greek dad lives in Edinburgh, which is a whole mixture of things. So it's authentic. Andrea is the brand, but Andrea Thielen is the person behind it, the founder and CEO of it.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was lovely to meet everyone. Thank you, Kenny, for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. Cool. Okay. Chat to you soon.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.